Mexico, and I saw a couple. There was the one with you and Action Jackson talking.
So there's every Monday or Tuesday we do Pitted with Action and Manny V.
Okay.
And we just talk about bodyboarding stuff.
Yeah.
And that one's free.
Yeah.
And then just really quick, just make sure all of this is live. Once in a while, come back here and check.
Copy.
All right. Then like the interviews, like Jack Lindholm I did a couple weeks ago, that one's subscription based. So you can hear it for $5. You can see the video for 10 or 15, but if you pay the 15, I send you the Zoom link so you can come with us and be in the interview.
Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
Rock and roll time. What's up, Oliver? What's up, Chad?
How's it going, Manny?
What's up, everybody? This is Manny V, and here we are with another Shaper Shack episode. We're here in Laguna with Chad Stickney and his son, Oliver. And his sister's up here somewhere, but we're just going to go through what it's like building boards out of your garage. I mean, Chad, how long did it take you to piece all of this together?
I've been looking to get a laminator. I was trying to hit Forbes up because I know he has one in his garage and it's buried.
Bob Forbes.
Yeah, I was talking to him this morning, actually. I was offering him a jet ski because I had 3 jet skis at the time.
Oh, yeah, there's one over there.
Yeah, and he wouldn't do it. Bob's the type of guy, he gets all these projects, packs them in his house, and then never finishes them.
Well, I mean, I would still keep bugging him because
I do. Oliver joins in now when he's on speakerphone in the car. He's like, "You're gonna hand that laminator over?"
Well, I mean, the laminator. Why don't we just get right into it? The laminator. You got this too.
That's a drum sander. It's to plane the board to the right thickness. Not all the shapers have this. This thing cost me as much as I got the laminator for.
So like if you get a blank, Oliver, can you grab a blank?
Yeah, right here.
So when you get a blank, some of the riders don't want the board to be this thick, or
because once you put the decking and the slick on, I'm pretty sure it's around 1/4 of an inch on each, so it's like a 1/2 inch when you put the decking and the slick.
Okay.
You know,
so if you were to put your decking right onto this, it'd be a thick monster.
Yeah. Some people like that, like this. Down at Custom X and stuff, and JL has one that's similar.
Okay.
You know,
and this thing over here,
the bandsaw, you can get that at Harbor Freight, like I did for $150.
What is that? What's
that's pretty cheap, but you know, the Jimmy and Pete and the other guys have the more higher quality one. That's to cut the template out.
Okay.
Yep.
So you would take this.
So I'd take this, I'd use my shaper square right here, find the center, make a center line.
Let's show them right here.
So basically you put your shaper square on and find, you know, the center, make a few marks and make a center line. And then you use this to get your tail width, your nose width, and your wide point.
And anybody can pick this up?
Yeah, it's a surfboard shaper square. So
okay.
You use like, I forget, Easy Foam or something in Huntington Beach. I'm lucky because I live up here and there's just a lot of, how do you say it, places I can go to pick this stuff up. Like this morning I went and picked up 8 new cores where certain, like Custom X and Jimmy and them probably have it delivered, you know?
Okay. All right.
So I like to, just because I don't got a bunch of space in here, I like to just buy a few at a time.
Okay.
So I'm not using my room just to store it, you know?
So I'm guessing one of these would be more expensive if you were to buy 100 at a time.
Yeah. I think the 100's the price break, actually.
Oh, damn. Okay. So you don't have space to put 100 blanks?
No.
Oliver, your room's going to be full of blanks.
We got the bathroom upstairs packed with the dowel core because when you order to get the dowel core, this stuff, you got to put it, there's a minimum order.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of sell the decking and the cores, you know, the good PE.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of the companies overseas, the PE is a little different.
So you have to like depending on which core, you have to go to one company or another.
Yeah, so this is something I've been thinking about before you came here is if you use Arcel or Dowel, you can get all the materials in America. But as soon as you buy Polypro, you can get almost everything in America except the Surlyn.
Oh,
And that might have to do with, the way it's made.
okay. And the tariffs?
I haven't had to buy any since that, but we'll see,
Okay,
we'll see.
I'm
Luckily,
sure
I like stored up and I'm not really making boards for people. It's more just for me and my friends. So I have enough to last for a while.
I'm pretty sure tariffs are going away too, because I watch it for bikes.
all
for
right.
his e-bikes.
So we're gonna have Oliver keep the tabs on the tariffs. But hey, thank you guys again for chiming in. Sorry we only have one review, but hey, I think you can see everything. So the laminator, this machine over here, which is behind the bandsaw,
right here.
this is probably the most critical machine when shaping a bodyboard. And what's the reason for that?
Because you just can't buy it. It has to be machined.
It has to be put together.
Yep. Like luckily I bought it secondhand off John Castro. And I mean, I had to even tinker on it. I went up and saw Chris Granoni WCB bodyboards.
Yep.
I was going to my buddy's machine shop. So I threw it on the trailer and went up there, and Granoni kind of
checked it out.
Yeah, and kind of gave me ideas because I thought I was going to have my buddy at the machine shop fully redo it. And luckily I didn't.
Okay.
And that was Granoni kind of gave me a little bit of advice,
I mean, this thing is it pretty much, when you lay down, it has a heating element.
Yeah.
You have the core and you have the slick skin first.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys could see.
Let me try to see if I can move this camera.
Yeah. I mean, I could always do a dry run right now just to show kind of the way it goes,
Yeah, I think people would be stoked to see that.
Yeah, let me put this away.
Yeah.
Let me grab this board.
I think we moved the camera somewhat a little bit.
Can you see the laminator?
Yeah, we can see the laminator.
Okay.
I think just enough.
Okay.
So foundation surfboards, what's up? And what else? I think there's a couple more people on the Zoom feed as well. So thank you guys for chiming in. I wish I can get a little closer. Let me see if I can. There we go. Again, apologies for the one camera.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in this garage because half of it's the jet ski,
Yep. How's that look? Is that all right? Okay. All right. We got Art behind and Oliver taking a look at the screen. Oh, we're coming from this side.
You want me to wait? I mean, it's gonna outfeed on that side.
Yeah. Okay.
So they'll see most of it,
Oh man, I wish you guys could see this. Let me see if I can take this.
If you
I'm gonna get the camera because this is something cool to see. I want you guys to see it.
And every laminator is different.
All right. I don't know how close you guys can see. What do you see there, Art? I'm gonna hand hold it. So on the other side where you can't really see what, I'm pretty sure we can get a clip.
Yeah.
We'll videotape this and we'll add it in.
Yeah, I got one I could give you. But you put so this is the
Art, you want to? Yeah, perfect.
And this is where it's crucial is everything's heating up. So as the board's coming,
Are you going to do it right now?
just dry. The heat's not on, but it'll kind of give you an idea. So here comes the board right here. You drop this so it gets the beginning hot. And then as it's coming, I'll lift this.
You can see Art videotaping. So your hands are in between.
Yeah, you're wearing a glove because it's so hot,
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Here it goes.
All right, so it's rolling. That might be somebody's phone.
Okay, so
And it's going at a certain speed.
Yeah, that's the whole game, is the heat and the speed it comes out. So when it's coming out, I'm doing this with the glove, making sure it sticks. And then as the channel hits, you got to take your hand and really push into the channel.
Oh, because the rollers are
the roller's just flat. So then the channel's below the roller, and you gotta put, like, I'd be like this, and with a quad or something. Some guys can do it by themselves, but I'll usually have a friend on that side helping me to where pushing it like this as it comes, you know.
So once you have a certain type of carved out bottom, whether it's channels or you know, convex or concave, you almost have to have that second person.
Oh, it helps.
Yeah.
Like Ronan and my buddy Andrew from Anthem Bodyboards, they do pretty good by themselves.
Oh, damn.
But then again, I think those Buzz Tech laminators, they're pulled to a sled like this that's on a track with a vacuum. So the lamination comes out really good because the vacuum's sucking through the core of the board and really helping it suck down.
Wow. That's,
as far as I understand, I've never really got to see it in person, but like those that's kind of why like Mez and them are using that. That's like the industry standard. Like, where over here, like Jimmy and Pete are doing it like this, you know? And then the heating elements also change. Like the one I have is infrared, and that's similar to the Custom X. That's what Pete uses. And then
infrared heat.
Yeah. And then Jimmy and almost the rest of the industry, as far as I know, is all hot air. It's like a blow. Some guys make laminators with heat guns, like 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
4 of them mounted like this, so they can, you know.
What's the high tech? What is the most tech for
Buzz Tech is what I think.
And the heating element they're using?
Hot air.
Hot air.
It's pretty much the industry standard, you know. Yeah.
Cool. So in a real world, that would have,
and this is the point for me where it's make it or break it. I've messed up a lot of boards.
Let's grab a couple of the boards that actually didn't have the best lamination.
Okay. Here's one. The lamination was good, but I didn't place it down soon enough, you know, and it missed by like in one corner by a little bit, you know.
So what do you do?
I could probably still make something where like make this and make it a second. Like I might do it and bring it down to Mexico for my friends down there, you know. Yeah, then it kind of sets the wide point back. I don't know. Like a lot of people might try to like fix it.
Let me see.
And for me, like,
I don't know how close we can see. Can you see in the camera, Art, how it looks? But yeah, the laminator didn't get to this part.
No, it was me. It was user error. I didn't drop it at the right time, you know. And that's the whole thing. Like,
but it's salvageable.
This one is. Some of them aren't, you know. Like, let me grab another one.
If you need to move the camera and try to get the good angle, please do, Art.
This one I ran too slow and hot, so it got kind of cooked. You can see right there and stuff. This one's not trimmed, you know, yet.
So this is what I've learned back in the day is the laminator is probably the most important part. Hold on, I want to show the example. For the reason that
this shit
you need
stuff bonds.
You need a certain type of heat on the bottom and a certain type of heat on the top when you're laminating them, because of that curve is what's giving it that pop. And to be able to like laminate and have your board come out flat like this is the trick. Like when you're laminating, that's the goal, is try to, because look, it's going from a full
reverse
rocker to a straight board. That is like,
and it's all when it comes out of the laminator also what you do to it after once it's cooling down.
What do you mean? Like, what would you do?
Just depends. Every core is different. Like the R-cell, you put it deck down or whatever
and flatten it out.
Well, yeah, like say this came out and it was hot, it was R-cell. You just drop it like that, and then I'll grab a board and put it on top with a couple weights right there.
And that will help.
Yeah.
My favorite part about the board is like the tail.
Yeah. And why do you like that as your favorite part?
I don't know. I just never seen that on another board.
Oh, they guys do all sorts of weird stuff. I just don't show you the Instagram, Oliver.
So this is Oliver's
That was
favorite.
like I just copied that template off of one of the Barba boards back to the BZ days, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cool thing about being able to shape boards in your own garage is, like, I'm looking at this green board here.
That's what I've been riding.
You have
riding that in Baja
you have mesh
on both sides. Yep.
You have mesh on the top and
Yep.
mesh on the bottom.
Yeah.
How hard is it to laminate with the mesh and some contours?
A little bit harder for sure. You know, like
And what is mesh? It looks like just straight up plastic chicken wire.
that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
So there it is. That's the mesh, and that actually helps in the lateral stiffness.
Yeah, and maybe not crease as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So so let's say you put the slick skin on the bottom.
That's what you do. First, you lay out the template like we were showing you with the shaper's square, get everything, and then throw it through the planer and get it to the right thickness.
Okay.
Then chime it.
After you
Cut the template.
okay.
Then I chime it, the rail chine, which is the angle of the rails.
Yeah.
And then make the stringer holes. This is a stringer table with the guide.
Oh man.
See, and then
All right, you guys can.
and people, I know Jimmy's was like this. That's kind of how I got the idea. But other guys will use like tubing and actually cut in the core and pull it out. Where I got this rod and went to my buddy's machine shop and I heat it up and then slide it through there and it melts the hole pretty much.
Nice. So you're sealing the
pores, but just
Can we pull this out?
Yeah. When I was at Andrew's house with Anthem bodyboards, he had the one that cuts it and I wasn't super impressed with it, you know.
So you it's just a metal shaft with a sharp point.
Yep.
And you heat this thing up.
Yeah, the heat gun's right there and I just turn that on, let it sit for about 10 minutes heating, and then it's ready to go, you know.
Okay. And then you slide it through these pipes here.
Yeah, and I have a mark on the shaft.
And your board is okay.
Yeah.
So you lay your board on here. This is in here, obviously.
Yeah, we can move those. Those are just all the scrap.
So this is how you put the stringer in. This is how.
Yeah.
I mean, these factories that are pumping out hundreds of boards a day.
Well, they're using CNC machines.
Oh my God.
So you take out the cutting and maybe even the planing.
And what about the
stringer?
Stringers
They
are
probably still have to do it like that, maybe.
Okay.
I know the one company that builds like Jay's boards and Catch Surf and like wave storms and stuff, they like blow the core into a mold and the stringers are already in the mold or in the blank when you buy it, you know.
That's crazy.
So it's just, yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. That's how surfboards with a wooden stringer back in the day.
Yeah, where I go in Huntington to get the cores, they're full. It's a surfboard place, and they showed me all their CNC machines, and it was interesting. We got a walkthrough like a couple weeks ago.
That's freaking
My
pretty
buddy
cool.
videoed it. He's like, "Hey, will you take me on the tour?" And the guy like took us and showed us everything.
Sick.
So I basically just copy and paste this boards, right?
Yeah.
So
when you're making hundreds, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
When it's more custom, like if you want a custom board, you got to do it by hand. Not necessarily, but most of them, you know.
All right. So you got your blank. You cut out your template.
Mhm.
You put it through there if you want the thickness thinner
Yeah.
than the way the blank came out.
Yeah.
You laminate it.
Laminate the slick on
Okay.
like this one. And then I would put it right in here. Let's see if there's there. Clamp it.
Can you guys see that back there?
I'd do it actually this way.
A little bit.
Okay. So what would you call, would this be your shaping bench or
The stand, I think.
the stand? Okay.
And it might have been Yama's actually.
Oh, no way.
When Castro gave me this and the stand, and think he said it might have been Yama's.
Okay, so Yamo's another infamous board shaper. We're going to be reaching out to Yamo for sure. I'd love to hear his stories.
Yeah.
So from this point,
then you trim it so it's like comes out to be like this, you know.
Okay.
It's like this. You send it through the laminator again with the mesh or without the mesh, and put the decking on there.
Okay.
And then the rails go on, and you cut the tail. And it depends too, if you want a rolled over tail without a tail piece, you might cut the tail before you put the decking on.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, we can spend an hour on each one of these processes here.
Yeah.
Like another 15, 20 minutes there. But I mean, we got an hour and I think we're doing pretty good as far as just the basics on how to build a board in your own garage. And your space is like not even that much. You don't need that much space.
So it's a 2-car garage, and it's probably one side of the garage.
Yeah, it's freaking pretty awesome.
I mean,
does Andrew have
his whole garage? His setup's sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew, we're coming after you. So Andrew's over at Anthem.
Yeah.
And we're coordinating a time to.
Yeah, when I went over to the East Coast to boogie all the states over there, I stayed at his house for like 2 or 3 weeks, and like off and on, because I was going to the Outer Banks and stuff, and then I'd come back when the swell would get small. He kind of taught me how to lay out the template and all that good stuff. I mean, watching Jimmy all the years make my boards, I learned a lot just watching him and videoing him and stuff.
Yeah, Jimmy's the man.
He made all my best boards for sure.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know if I've had Jimmy. Did you make me a board yet? I don't even know. Shit. If you did, sorry. If you haven't, it's probably been that long. All right, so we're up here. You got you just ran it. You got your top deck. You got the rails on there, and gosh, that's it.
You put the tail on, and then the last thing people use is they'll either roll it. Most of the guys like to use this metal roller. Let me see if I have one right here.
For those that don't know what rolling means.
And then there's wet gloving, and so a lot of these shapers nowadays don't like the old wet glove technique,
which means
you get a glove wet and you run the heat gun like here's
with the roller. Or
I don't like the roller, but here's the roller right here that Andrew gave me, and then the wet glove or the roller is to seal the pores on the edge of the boogie.
Because when you slice it, it's open.
Yeah.
Some of the pores are open.
Yeah, like it's hard. Like you can see right here, these scrap pieces, it's kind of like not melted, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either your wet glove or you using this and the wet glove?
Yeah, most of the guys do the roller.
Okay.
Peterson, like Jimmy told me back in the day, Peterson was really good with the roller, you know?
Okay. So let's pull this board up here real quick.
Okay.
Just to demonstrate. You
gotta use the heat gun. So you'd be rolling the heat gun, I'm pretty sure.
So the heat gun would be in that hand.
Yeah. To smooth it out, melt it down and seal it, you know?
I mean, you can go too close with the heat gun or not enough heat.
Yeah.
So you have to be on.
So the board I just brought down to max, I was riding it, and I there's one area that came delammed, and I was probably running while I laid the top rail on, I was probably going too fast in that one section, you know?
And wet glove would be the same, but not with that.
Yep.
Okay.
The wet glove, you pretty much get water, and I think I use soap, and then I put this on to protect my hand. I've got a burn from, and you use the heat gun and kind of, you know?
All right. Art, I don't know if you can see the chat, but if you guys have any questions, now's a good time to throw it in the chat in the YouTube channel. But yeah, man, this is pretty cool.
Probably.
So, I mean, you can pretty much, if you have this set up in your house, like if you're at a ballpark, $150 here, a couple grand here, a few grand here.
So you're more than a few grand if you build it from scratch. If you are like me and you're
on it.
I saw John list that thing, and I happened to just be like doom scrolling on Facebook, and right when I saw it, I'd been waiting for months to get a laminator. And he's like, "Who wants a laminator?" And I just hit him up right then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you
Like
were,
they don't come up. Like
and to build one from scratch, it's like thousands.
I don't
Thousands
know.
of
I
bucks.
see some cool DIYs, dude. Like some people have been hitting me up on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, send me a picture of your setup, and they'll build stuff out of wood and then use like 4 heat guns, and
What?
it's crazy.
All right, Art. We'll make sure we get a full clip of this so people see how tech it is. It doesn't look tech, but you got a roller over here, an automatic roller. You got these 2 big giant metal rollers. I mean, it's pretty intense, and this is why it's
I think they used to make INT soft tops with this one.
okay. Okay.
If I stand corrected, like
So if you're getting a custom bodyboard made for you, and they're charging you $300, $400, $500,
it should be 500 at least.
Totally should be 500.
If the stock boards are going for 300 now, it should be 500.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm not making boards, just so everyone knows. For sale. Go to Jimmy, Pete,
Or me.
Yeah,
once he learns, maybe Ronan, Anthem,
Blake
was Riot. There's a guy on the East Coast, single bodyboards. I don't know if he does customs.
There's another one out there too. Oh my God, Kenny Lawrence. What's his brand?
On East Coast?
Yeah.
What state is he in?
Gosh, I want to say. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Sorry, dude.
I have the brain fart all the time.
Okay, but I know there's another brand out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you want customs, there's a ton of options. We just took you through, what it takes and the amount of time alone. Like, yeah, definitely, $400 or $500 is the minimum for a custom board. I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
And it depends on if you want channels, if you want mesh, if like everything is part of that cost and the time.
Yep.
Like how long would it take from that core to like piece it into that? If you were to like buckle down and do it from beginning to
Some guys like to let the material cool off for a long time. I can do one in a day.
Okay.
Like, but I mean 4 hours, but I'm letting it cool off.
Yeah.
4 hours working time,
Okay.
maybe longer, something around there, but some guys like to when they put the bottom on or the top, they like to let it cool overnight,
Yeah, to cure a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we have any questions?
Oh yeah, a guy should answer some questions.
Got some folks saying hi.
All right, cool. Name off who's there before we sign off and say thanks to Chad and Oliver for their time.
Yeah, Robert Hennessy. We got Ron Rabina.
Robert
Yeah.
Hennessy.
And this is going to be live. I mean, free on YouTube. We will repost it just so you guys can come back and just get an overview on what it takes to like build a piece of art, essentially. Thanks, fella.
Yeah.
Thanks, fella.
Yeah.
Appreciate
anytime.
Oliver, let's see how long it takes for you to learn how to use all
First,
of
he's
this.
got to learn how to ride waves, right?
Ooh.
He
So
gets scared when I bring him down there.
Any questions you want to know? Want to ask, Chad?
All right. So, oh my God. I mean, we can talk so much more about the details.
Yeah.
Like this
Channel rail.
channel rail.
I wish I had the other one. I like star rails where you have a channel on the upper rail too.
Yeah.
It's like Bob's design.
Yep. Actually, PMA's his.
I saw that.
It's on there right now, and I think
Yeah, I was telling him this morning when I was talking to him on the phone, your board's up there.
Yeah, and
Price looks all right,
we actually went over to Pete's, and he went through his whole collection that he took out of the attic, and
I saw that. That was cool.
And the Bob Forbes board had
I know.
every little detail, and like the double concave top and bottom rail was pretty dope. And then he had all these weird channel. It was a pretty sick board. It's on there right now. So
Yeah.
I think he has like 4 more days. If you guys want to get a hold of that, I think
Those are rare, dude.
PMA Customs on eBay.
yeah.
Yeah.
PMA custom bodyboards on eBay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're good.
Cool.
And I'll hit you up if for some clips. I really want to get a clip of this in action.
I'll just airdrop you if we get done,
All right.
I
Sounds
got
good.
them on the phone and stuff.
Thank you guys. Art, thanks for holding it down. Chad, once
Yeah.
again. Where are you off to next?
River surfing, actually.
Down at Secret Spot A?
No, Montana, Idaho. Wyoming.
We didn't even talk about that. Let's 5 more minutes. 50 states bodyboarding, because I know there's a surfer, Ben Gravy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing that on.
Yeah, I went to Nebraska and we went to my buddy's house in Minnesota with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. That guy's really cool.
How many have you checked off?
47.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah,
What's
I've been
the-
kind of lagging.
Oh!
I got Vermont, Connecticut, and Mississippi.
Oh my God. Mississippi shouldn't be.
They have a coast, but there's all these barrier islands, like little sand spit islands that block the waves from hitting it. So I found a guy that runs charters there, and I've been in contact with him. I just need to watch the forecast a little better, you know?
And he would take you to those islands.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
And then Connecticut, Vermont.
Connecticut's like there's that. There's a little sliver that might get swell, but if you zoom in on Google Earth, there's a break wall that kind of blocks it. So I think the way Gravy did it was he waited for a bunch of wind, and there's that sound between New York and and he probably just waits for enough wind where it makes waves. You know?
So you got to be on it.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I did. I got waves in Lake Havasu, and that was all. That was all. Remember Robbo? It was like he's like back 8 or 5 days. It was Robbo and OG Kush and those guys. They're like Ventura guys. Robbo lives in I think Georgia now, but he's like, dude, check this photo out. And his cousin was like lives in Havasu, and he's like, can't go boating today. And there's all these white cap waves, and he sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, that's surfable. And then me and the kids were coming back from Mammoth, and we were in the desert, and I felt the van like, and I was like, it looked at windy, and I was like, oh, it's on in 12 hours. came back, dropped the kids off, through my buddy Christian from Kalima, he was staying here at the time, in the car, and he videoed the whole thing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of all the states, which was the most memorable, and what was the coolest adventure?
God, they're all fun, man, except maybe
Are you driving that thing?
I drove that to the East Coast.
Okay.
If it's a quick strike, I'll fly. Like if I see the forecast and there's no way to drive, like, I mean, you could drive, but you just can't make it in time. I'll jump on a plane. But God, like I've been back to Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, like I think this might be the 5th time. I was thinking about it yesterday.
Why are you going back?
River waves are fun. I mean, they're fun for a day until you've done enough 360s, stand up and drop me. Like, they always trip out on me because there's the whole river surfing community. I'll pull up for a day and then like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going to the next spot, and they'll like camp for weeks, you know,
on that same wave.
Yeah.
No way.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. And it's only like this time of year when the snow melt comes.
So it's ice cold.
Some of them, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like that one that you probably saw it. I've been looking for the video where Severson and all them went to, the Snake River.
Yes.
I've seen the photos, and I guess it was on like one of those old PSA VHS. I've never seen the videos, dude. And I've looked for the videos. I even ran into that one guy out on the islands. What is his name? He's the team manager of Body Glove, Dave. Forget the last name, but he's like put me in contact with their people, and I tried to hit them up and they couldn't find it. Like, I'd love to see the video.
Have you been to that spot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's sick. It's probably like it's called the Lunch Counter Rapid. It's really fun.
Are the river bodyboarders and surfers, are they pretty territorial?
No, not really, but there's a bunch of drama just like the ocean.
Yeah, of course.
And then I know them also. They try to make me the middleman, and I'm like, I want nothing to do with it. I'm like, I deal with this stuff in the ocean, and now you guys were in like landlocked America, and it's like a flow rider where everyone gets a turn, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want even any part of your drama. Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean, if there's only one,
the East Coast is really cool. That was probably that whole trip. I went for a month and a half and lived in the van, and that's when I went to Andrews. But
sick.
I thought like the East Coast maybe better than the West Coast.
Yeah.
But I went during hurricane season and the weather was good. So it's hard to say if you go back in the winter and it's snowing and you have your gloves on, you know. But
I put in a session where I had to walk over
snow,
a foot of snow.
Yeah.
But man, it was like A-frame perfection with no one around.
That's how me and Gravy got the Great Lakes. You wouldn't have even thought it was a lake when you're there. It's probably like 8 foot offshore. And he couldn't believe it because I'd been a few times and he's like, "What's the wave like?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of like lower trestles." And then we got there and he's like, "Lower trestles, huh?" It was like bombing. He's like, "I think this is a little better than lower trestles."
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right. So good luck on those 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And
try to finish in Connecticut. It's the state my mom was born in.
oh, sick.
So that's
Okay.
kind of the plan. So if I ever make a documentary or something, it'll kind of make
And
the
you're-
storyline cool, you know?
You're videotaping all of this.
Yeah, I video it all myself.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know when it's out or
We'll see. It's a lot of work. You know how that stuff goes. A lot of work
Totally.
and not enough pay.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
none.
Art's been videotaping right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm already thinking of where to put it in the video, but
Yeah,
we'll make it happen.
yeah,
All right. Thanks again.
for sure.
Thank you guys. We didn't get any questions, did we? No?
No, I don't
Yeah.
see any questions.
We'll get them later if they do.
Rob
pop-
Robert says, "Come back to Jersey."
Rob's the man. He orders boards from Andrew.
All right.
Shout out to Andrew Anthem.
Yeah,
Good boards.
for sure.
Later, you guys.
Later.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Chad.
No worries.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, hit up that guy Dave, dude. You'll see his bodyboard collection is definitely worth a
Okay.
stop by.
Let me get his info before we.
He'll pull a bodyboard out of every orifice of his house.
Sounds good.
He's got a Facebook account. I think I follow him too.
Yeah, you probably do. Super nice guy.
That dude's got the collection.
Cool. All right. We are good. Woo! Perfect.
Yeah,
Thanks, dude.
Anytime.
That was fucking pretty fun.
For sure.
I mean,